this problem, okay, to address this problem, what is the problem? Problem is that we cannot get the oxygen by diffusion, so we need the transport system, right? So to address to overcome this problem, multicellular organisms have an internal transportation system. Okay, in vertebrates, the transportation system is called the blood circulatory system. So to overcome this problem, to make sure that all the oxygen can be delivered to all the cells, million of cells in our body. So we have this transportation system known as blood circulatory system. So in vertebrates, so vertebrates means organisms that have backbone. So they can be divided into 5 classes. You still remember that we have mammals, reptiles, birds, amphibians, and fish. So all of these will have blood circulatory system. Okay. So before studying further the blood circulatory system, conduct an experiment to study the effect of changes in TSA over V on the diffusion rate. So this experiment, we are not going to do the experiment. So you can Google. So maybe I will post the video later in your group. Okay. So let us move on to the next. Okay. The next is the types of circulatory system in multicellular organisms. So type of circulatory system in multicellular organism. Before this, in Form 3, you just learned about the blood circulatory system. But in Form 4, here you have to learn about the types of circulatory system in multicellular. Multicellular means made up more than one cells. Okay, so the circulatory system in multicellular organism is divided into 2 types: open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. So we have 2 types: open and closed. So what are the differences between these 2 systems? So let's take a look open first. So open circulatory system. In an open circulatory system, hemolymph flows directly into the body cavity, or known as hemocells, and bathe the cells. Okay, hemolymph is a blood-like nutritious liquid found in most invertebrates such as insects and mollusks. So hemolymph is a blood-like, means not really real blood. Okay. So because this is different between hemolymph and blood. Okay, hemolymph, for example, one difference lah to make sure that you can differentiate between these 2. Hemolymph does not have red blood cell or erythrocytes. So this is the first differences lah. It's one of differences between hemolymph and blood. You must remember when we talk about blood, you must remember blood must have 4 components. That's red blood cell, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. So that considered as blood. But when the blood does not have one of the components, so we cannot call it blood. We call it as hemolymph. So it's just a blood-like nutritious liquid, still in the liquid form. Okay, found in most invertebrates. So invertebrates means the organism does not have backbones. So example, insects and mollusks. So what are insects? I think you know insects, right? But never mind lah. So I just show you some example of insects. So these are insects. They don't have backbone, so that means they also don't have blood. They just have hemolymph. So usually the color of hemolymph not same with blood. Okay, maybe yellow. I think from my reading, some of the insects have blood yellow or green color of hemolymph. Okay, you can Google lah. Okay, you can Google for the color. Okay, and then we have also another invertebrates here, mollusks. Okay, mollusks, these are examples such as snail, squid, octopus, clam, okay, slug, and cuttlefish, and so on. So these are also known as invertebrates because they don't have backbones. That means they also have hemolymph, and usually the color, for example, squid blue color, I think. Blue and some purple color. Okay, so this example of invertebrates that have hemolymph in their circulatory system. Okay, so we go back to this. So what happened in the open circulatory system? Hemolymph flows directly into the body cavity of human cells and bathe the cells. So, okay, first I will, okay, sorry, I will, okay. So, I will erase first, then explain. So, this is heart. Okay, so of course, when you have circulatory system, you must have heart lah. Okay, have heart and blood vessel. Heart and vessel lah. So in this case, this open circulatory system, we have heart, okay, and then hemolymph vessel, not called blood vessel lah, hemolymph vessel. So the hemolymph will flow from the heart in the hemolymph vessels, then go to the hemocell. Here, hemocell lah. So hemocell actually is space. What we call a space that containing the hemolymph, where the hemolymph will flow. Okay, so the hemolymph will flow into the hemocell and then bathe the cell. So it will bathe the cell, means it will move around the cell. Okay, bathe the cell. Okay, have a contact with cell here. Okay, like a fluid fills in the space between the cells, and then what happened? At the same, actually this hemolymph will carry the oxygen, for example. So this oxygen will directly diffuse into the cell from the hemolymph. Okay, so it directly diffuse into the cell from the hemolymph. Okay, then at the same time, the hemolymph also will carry the, for example, CO2 here. CO2 will, from the cell, will diffuse into the hemolymph, and the hemolymph will flow back to the hemolymph vessel and carry the carbon dioxide also back to the heart, like that. Okay, so that means the diffusion or the exchange of gases actually directly from the hemolymph. Okay, directly from hemolymph to the cell. Okay, and then from the cell to the hemolymph, and then the hemolymph will go back to the vessel here, open-ended vessel here, and then go back to the heart. So this is known as open. That's why known as open. You can see how open here. Okay, open space like that. Okay, so this is in open circulatory system that occur in invertebrates. Okay, so what happened in the closed circulatory system? In a closed circulatory system, blood is always contained in a continuous closed blood vessel and is distributed to the whole body. So blood vessel may be from vein, artery. Okay, right? Vein and artery, just remember that. So the exchange of substances that are essential to cells, such as oxygen and nutrients, occurs across the walls of blood capillaries. So you must remember, in closed circulatory system, the substance that flow is blood. Okay, so blood from the heart here, blood will flow in the blood vessel, maybe from an artery. Okay, in the artery, and then carry all the oxygen here, and the blood vessel go to the enter the blood capillary. So in blood capillary, this blood not flow directly. The blood will not flow into the cell in surrounding the cell. Like hemolymph, no, it will just flow in the blood capillaries. Okay, blood capillaries, and then when the blood reach to the blood capillaries near the cell, okay, so the exchange of gases will occur through the wall of the blood capillaries, means not directly from blood. Okay, so the oxygen from the blood will diffuse to the cell through the blood capillaries. So let's say we have oxygen here, oxygen in, I draw here oxygen, okay, oxygen here. So oxygen in the blood will diffuse from the wall of the blood capillaries go to cell, right? Not directly from the blood. And at the same time, let's say we have carbon dioxide here, carbon dioxide from the cell here will diffuse into the wall of the blood capillaries and then will be transported back to the heart. So that means the exchange of gases not occur directly from the blood. It must occur across the walls of the blood capillaries. So that's why you can see this one is known as closed, like a closed circulatory system compared to here. Here open. So that is the difference between the open and closed circulatory system. The first difference you must remember the substance that flow. Okay, for this one we have hemolymph. Open circulatory system, hemolymph will flow. But closed circulatory system, blood. Right? Okay. For open, the hemolymph will flow directly into the body cavity and bathe the cells here. So directly it will flow, and then we fill the space between the cells and so on. Okay, and then will bathe the cell like that. But for the closed, the blood will not flow into the cell or whatever. This must flow in the continuous closed blood vessel. Mean the blood will not flow around surrounding the cell. Okay. So the exchange of substance here occurs across the wall of blood capillaries. So must across the wall of blood capillaries. But for this one, it's directly from the hemolymph. Hemolymph will carry the oxygen and directly will send the oxygen to the cell. But for the close, the blood carry the oxygen, but the oxygen will not diffuse directly from the blood. It must diffuse first from the blood capillaries, the walls of the blood capillaries. So that the difference between open and closed circulatory system. Another one, you must remember this one occur in the invertebrates. Open circulatory system occur in the invertebrates. Closed occur in the vertebrates the vertebrates organism. Okay, if you have any question for this, you can PM me.